Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland, New York, New Jersey,
Indianapolis,
California,
Utah,
Michigan,
Iowa, Massachusetts, Georgia, Canada,
our home resort is
Animal Kingdom,
Polynesian,
Bay Lake Tower,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk,
Alani Resort,
Hilton Head,
Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek,
Grand Floridian,
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club,
and Wilderness Lodge.
and you're listening to
You're listening
to
my
DVC
voice.
Well, welcome home, everybody, to My DVC Points Community Hall Live. My name is Chad, and I am your host tonight. And today's show is brought to you by our friends over at DVCResaleMarket.com. They are the #1 reseller in the world. Numero uno. And I've been dealing with them for 4 or 5 years now. I've bought 6 contracts through them, sold 1. Every single time I've worked with them, every single time I have them on the show, it has been an excellent experience. And here to prove me right, I want to welcome back to the show, Derek from DVC Resale Market. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Chad, how are you? Boy, that's an awful lot of hype. I hope I don't let you down today.
I was going to say, I wrote a pretty big check, Derek, because I knew you could come back in and cash that check for us. But
well, thank you very, very much. We love partnering up with you. We love your fans and your audience. So we're great to be back. Thanks.
Oh, we're glad to have you here, Derek. And today's show is all about Team Vero versus Team Hilton Head. And we brought you back because you were on our Team Vero show when we did that whole resort review show. So now we're comparing and contrasting the two today. And I've got a whole cast of DVC members to join us and enter into this conversation as well. So I want to welcome back to the show one of our producers, Sandy. Hey, Sandy, how you doing today?
Hey guys, doing great. I'm so excited to talk about the beach resorts. As you know, our family loves the Disney beach resorts. And we've been to all of them. So hopefully I'll be able to give you an unbiased opinion despite my attire.
Gotcha. So we've definitely got a couple of Team Vero on the screen. I feel like I need to balance that out with and welcome to the show, Kathy, who is definitely Team Hilton Head. So
Hi,
hey,
guys.
Kathy.
Hi,
Hey,
guys. So glad
welcome
to
to
be
the
here.
show.
Thank
So-
you.
Kathy, Derek, and Sandy are kind of regulars here. This is your first time to the show. So give us a brief rundown of where's your home resorts and how long have you been a member?
Okay, so I've been a member since 2017. I started with Polly, and on our way back up, we always drive from New York. We actually found Hilton Head through DVC that last trip and fell in love with it and basically bought points on the way back. We called while we were driving and we doubled our points in about 24 hours. So I am definitely Team Hilton Head.
Oh, awesome.
Don't drive and buy points, Kathy.
I want to welcome back to the show as well, Roxanne. Hey, Roxanne, how are you?
Hey, how's it going? Good.
Hey, give us a quick reminder of home resorts and how long you've been a DVC member.
All right, 3 years. And started with Copper Creek, and then I got the add-on-itis and got the Beach Club, and now Old Key West Extended. Woo!
Oh, all right. Some of them rare extended contracts.
Yes.
And we're going to bring back one more Team Vero person here. And I want to welcome to the show, Susanna. So, hey, Susanna, how are you?
Everybody. I'm great. How is everyone tonight? Happy to
Doing
be here.
great. Okay. So tonight, Susanna, give us a quick rundown as well for how long you've been a DVC member and where's your home resorts?
I've been a DVC member for 6.5 years. Bought in initially at Alani, 3 contracts in now, and we pulled the plug on Riviera a year and a half ago before it even opened. And, resale's next on our list. So that's where we're at.
I remember helping you look for a resale Vero contract. So I'm just going to out you as Team Vero right now as well. So everybody, this is our cast. Yeah, this is our cast tonight. And we're going to walk through best rooms, best food and beverage, best resort recreations and activities, best off-property activities, because there's no theme park there. So we're going to have to leave the resort and go someplace. Who's got the best oceanfront, best pools and water features, and the best unique features. That's kind of the miscellaneous for everything out there. Okay. If we didn't catch it in something else, but there's also some other really cool news as well. This is an interactive live show. So we're going to have you guys bring up either a smartphone, another tab in your web browser, and go over to Crowd.Live/DVC. Okay. And you guys on screen as well, do it as well if you haven't done this. So what you're going to end up doing is it'll ask for your screen name, which we really won't use because there's no winner here. But if you want to put an email address in there, we'll add you onto the mailing list. And if not, just type something in there and it'll kick it out whenever I process it. But we usually send about 1 email a week, no spam, we promise. And the other thing that we'll do is we're going to take a live interactive poll to see who wins each section and also do a vote for overall best tonight. So that being said, let's come back in and talk about best rooms. And in order to do that, I'm going to pull up a chart on the website and drag this over and put it into my screen share. So give me just a second here. So we're looking at Vero Beach, and if I come over to the room inventory, we have about 112 in rooms. Now, those are 2 queen rooms. I did get informed today that there's 4 king size bedrooms that are like highly, highly, highly sought after. So I got to update the chart with that. But officially, there's 50 standard views, 62 ocean views, and 36 lock-off units are here. The studio, the 1 bedroom, 18 dedicated, and then the queen gem of Vero Beach would be the 6 beach cottages. And if you haven't seen those things, you are missing out. They are just gorgeous. And they're not that bad on the point charts. So if we come back over and just to prove that, if we come back over and look at the beach cottages next year, you're talking a grand villa that sleeps 12. So in the summer when I go, that's 539 points. If you were to compare that to anything in Walt Disney World, it's like 800 or more. So beach cottages are pretty fantastic there. And now let me hit Hilton Head really quick, and then we'll go around the room and get some comments on screen. Over at Hilton Head, you're looking at your standard DVC resort. You've got studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and grand villas. And the grand villas are 2 levels. There's only 5 of them. And the trick to this resort is there's only 21 lock-off units. And everything else, all 76 of those units are 2 bedrooms. So you pretty much need to be a 2-bedroom fan or kind of own there. So point charts here, the big talking point on the point charts is there's only 4 seasons. And if you can look, this most expensive season down here at the bottom, now you're talking summertime, June through August. That's because this is a summer resort. And grab your points on this one because look at this point difference between Sunday through Thursday and Friday. 31 to 52. Like 25-point difference. Ouch. If you want to stay there over the weekend, you better have some points available. So that being said and done, let's come back into this and start coming around the room. And Derek, what's your thoughts on the 2 points, charts, rooms?
Yeah, so I would definitely go with, if I'm picking in terms of rooms, is I'm a huge fan, obviously, of Vero Beach, but I love Hilton Head too. But I'm going to go with, for in terms of rooms, for me, it's Vero Beach, just because in addition to the DVC accommodations that they have, the studios, 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, and the beach cottages, they also have rooms at the inn, which I think rooms in the inn, hands down, bar none, are way better than a studio. They still have that little kitchenette area, so I'm going to go with Vero Beach.
All right.
And don't mock my sign. We're a small, struggling company. Sorry, that's all I can.
Yeah, right.
Low budget.
Low budget.
Sandy, what are you thinking in terms of rooms and best resorts? And what are you guys thinking out there that are watching as well? And go ahead and start voting as well. We'll try to get those screens showed up there for you.
So I completely agree with Derek on this particular question because those in-rooms are amazing. And not only that, it's like the in-room lottery every time you go. You don't know which configuration of room you're going to be in that time. So they have tons of different configurations of hotel rooms. Some are a bit larger, some are a bit smaller, but they all have those 2 beds except for those 4 rooms with the king size. So, and the beach cottages. How can you go wrong with the beach cottage? They're amazing. So definitely Team Vero Beach for me as well.
So much nicer than mine.
Hey, I gotta thank my 11-year-old artist. My son drew them for me. They're pretty
Kathy,
awesome.
Best room options and choices?
Okay, well, I've never been to Vero Beach, so I'm obviously Team Hilton Head. But just as you had just described with the point charts, I like to go during the summer and the winter. But for the summer, those points are a killer when you're looking at that Friday and Saturday. So the way that I stretch my points is that I will do a Friday and Saturday in a studio, and then I will upgrade to the 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom for the remainder of my trip.
Oh, nice.
And
Right.
of course, my Hilton Head. Sorry about my sign, guys.
Oh, no worries. Team Hilton Head. So, Roxanne?
All right. I am very impressed with Hilton Head. I went there this summer in July in a 1-bedroom. Felt like the Port Orleans French Quarter, and who does not love the Port Orleans French Quarter? So relaxing. However, I am going to give it to Vero Beach on this one, and the reason is because of the 3-bedroom cottage, which we have booked for this April school vacation, and I just think I'm just so excited about that. And for 405 points for 5 nights, 6 days, I think that's a bargain. So I'm ready to spend those 405 points. And
I'm so
do it.
jealous. I'm so jealous.
I know. What are your dates again in April?
So April school vacation here is like, mid-April. So if you guys are around.
Oh, yeah.
We're all coming.
Got it. And I just now started the voting, so you guys can go ahead and start to vote as well. They change our software all the time, and a little bit of a new thing there. So Crowd.Live/DVC if you want to vote and take our interactive poll with us. Right now I see a vote in there for Vero. So Susanna, what are you thinking on best room options and point charts here?
Well, I'm a beach person. So when I first saw that Vero was a DVC property, when we joined DVC, the first question I asked was, is there ocean views? And can I lay in bed and listen to the ocean at night? And the answer is yes at Vero. I don't know at Hilton Head. I don't think so, because it seems like you have to commute a little way. So that was important to me, having grown up right on the beach, by the beach in Southern Cal. And the refurb they just did a few years back, gorgeous. Like, the rooms are beautiful. So, the variation of accommodation, I'm gonna have to go to Vero, of course, and don't feel bad. I got the little stick sign too.
Got it. Now I will give Hilton Head this credit. Okay, they have the cheapest point charts out there in January. But who wants to go to Hilton Head in January? And that explains the 6 points a night for those studios. Okay.
I will tell you a very, very quick story. This was years ago, probably 20 years ago. A member of mine told me that they got the Grand Villa at Hilton Head just for one night because they had a Super Bowl party. So it was a Sunday, and they got the Grand Villa at Hilton Head. It was like 20 some points or something ridiculously low. They took that jacuzzi tub, they put ice in it, filled it with beer, and had a Super Bowl party. So it's pretty epic.
Nice.
Hey, kudos to them if they've got friends that can commute and have a big party there. I know I've heard of people doing it at other Grand Villas as well. So I think that's a great use of points there, if you can pull that off for the Super Bowl party. Because I'm drooling over those beach cottages, and they just have me coming, just salivating, right? I cannot wait to stay in one of them, and one of these days I'll catch one. And then the other part of it is you have so many studios there, and that's what members want, okay? Members want the smaller point accommodations, not the big big point heavy 2 bedrooms. For that reason, I am going to Team Vero on this one.
Wow.
So,
Oh boy.
Man, putting us all to shame with that graphic.
hey man, you gotta have fun. I mean, come on, now, right?
Wow.
You definitely gotta have some fun here, right? Let's come back in and see how the crowd has voted here. So, Gina, go ahead and take down the charts, the graphics on the screen, and we'll come back over and 81% Team Vero. Okay.
Boom.
Wow.
boom is right. So yeah, Team Vero for the win there. Okay. Let me come back over and switch this so that you can at least sit by your logo. How's that?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Right? There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Okay. So next round, we'll go ahead and advance that over. And the next round is best food and beverage. Now, I'm in the unique position. I haven't got to go to either resort yet, So I'm relying on you guys to convince me on the rest of it. Okay. Because point charts and rooms, I can look at videos and figure that out. The rest of it, it's all up to you. Right. And next summer, I was going to go to Alani. Can't quite make it to a Hawaii these days due to this COVID restrictions. So I'm definitely going to be driving to the beach resorts. So it's on you guys, right? Team and comments here. Let's hear it from the audience as well. So best food and beverage. Sandy, go ahead. I'm
going to have to vote Vero again, and I'll let you know why. Because of the on-site dining. So their quick service stays open quite late. And also they have a full table service restaurant. They have another kind of loungy area where they do like trivia at night and stuff that also sells quick bites called the Green Cabin room. So because of those dining availabilities on site, as well as the character dining that they do twice a week. So there's a Monday night that you can do character dining for a pirate themed party with Donald and Goofy. And then you can do a beach breakfast with Donald and Goofy on Saturday mornings. Because of all that and the quality of food at Wind and Waves Grill is pretty good, which is the table service, I'm going to vote Vero.
Okay. Derek?
Okay, I love Sandy, but no, I'm going to disagree with her on this one. I'm probably a very big component that I just don't like the food at Vero Beach. I love everything about the resort itself, but I'm definitely going with Hilton Head for this one for food. Not particularly at the resort per se, because there's not that much to pick from, but the restaurants all around Hilton Head and the Hilton Head Brewing Company and Skull Creek Boathouse and the views of the marsh and everything is pretty close by. So I am going with Hilton Head. Oh, yeah, Hilton Head for the dining.
There you go.
Was it the right knife?
The right knife.
Oh, wait, is it a spoon or a knife or yeah, something?
Is it the butter knife with a sharp knife?
Hilton Head.
That is
All right.
true, though. The around the area stuff at Vero does have a lot, though.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so here's the thing. I think my Hilton Head is getting a bad rap because if you're looking at it from on-site dining for Hilton Head, yes, let's admit it here. We are lacking because there's no on-site,
Right.
there's no character, and it's the quick serve actually closes a little early. However, the surrounding area more than well makes up for the difference that I see you, Derek, that they lack on that. As Derek mentioned, Skull Creek Boathouse is one of the best. One Hot Mama's is amazing. Caligny Plaza. I can go on and on, but definitely Team Hilton Head for dining.
Okay, Roxanne.
Yep, I am going to agree with the last two. I was very impressed this summer with Hilton Head. We had we sat outside every night to be safe. It never felt unsafe. I mean, it was amazing. Marley's, Fish Camp, and the Low Country Boil, and oh my God, the Skull Creek Boathouse. I mean, there's so many good. The Java Burrito Company. My kids were like begging for burritos. I mean, I'm going Hilton Head on this one. That was awesome food.
Okay, Susanna.
Okay, well, I thought we were talking about on property. So I'm going to talk about both because now we've seen a mix, I think, on property and off property. I do think they're really good on property food. Two things that we love are pineapple marmalade, which you cannot find anywhere on any other Disney property, which is amazing. We smuggle it home. Honestly, it's that good. And then pina colada pancakes. Who does that, right? So, okay, we're talking Wind and Waves there. That's primarily breakfast. So off property, though, I will say TripAdvisor has become my friend over the last 6 years since we've been going to Vero just about every year. And there are some amazing restaurants in Vero. Now, they may not be in as close a proximity as perhaps Hilton Head, but within 15 minutes, you are in amazing hands.
Okay.
And I'm just going to list a few. Like there's the Kilted Mermaid was an amazing experience. There's Orchard Island Pizzeria, but it's actually just north of the property. You can walk there. You can get some, the guy owns an old Italian guy. He's making pizzas like crazy. And you can take those if you're hot and fresh, ready to go. Let's see. Taco Dive was great. Casey's Place, Crab Stop was in Sebastian, and the Vero Cafe. So, there's really a lot we've not been disappointed anywhere we have ventured out to eat in Vero to date. So, and you know, sometimes you just don't know, right? You just go, oh, I hope it's going to be good. And it has not disappointed. Now, I think the only disadvantage that, you know, Vero has compared to Hilton Head here would be proximity. Outside of that, I think I'm going to have to go Vero because, you know, it's in my heart and I love the food there. We always try new places every time we go. So I don't think that's a negative against Vero, because they have a ton of options.
Got it. So, just looking at some of the crowd comments, taking this into consideration here. Mary was saying, okay, food and beverage is tricky. Hilton Head doesn't have a sit down on property. However, the island kind of makes up for it. Okay. And you can walk to Hilton Head Social Bakery. That's the end of the argument right there. Okay, well, maybe so, but I have to come back in and go, does Hilton Head have a Dole Whip?
Yes.
Yes. It
Okay.
does.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What is Vero?
Okay. So okay. Well, Rebecca was saying they have a Dole Whip. Okay. Because that one would be like the deciding vote right there.
Hilton
However,
Head has the snow cones too.
I get that. Right.
And the Mickey pretzels.
I'm going to come back in, and how do you call yourself a Disney resort without character dining? Okay.
Okay, but wait a second. So it's not characters in the traditional sense, but Blue Crab is considered their character, and so is Shadow. So don't forget those two.
Yeah, but I don't want to eat with a dog. If I eat with a dog, he needs to be in a goofy suit. Okay.
Or Pluto.
Chad,
Or
you know
Pluto.
Pluto's there every once in a while as well.
Yeah, I get it. So
You
it's just
gotta
the
experience it.
whole kids and character dining thing. That's gonna make me hit the Team Vero button, right?
Ooh.
So I've just got to do that one. Come back in, come back over. Team Vero just for character dining. So although I have to give it to the island, I know it's high-end food all around the island, but this is a Disney resort and I got to have my Disney chow. Okay. I need my Mickey waffles. Tell me there's at least Mickey waffles, right?
Yes, there are Mickey waffles.
Okay. We'd have to like storm the place and like rip down the Disney icons if there was no Mickey waffles. But, okay. Let's come back in and see how the crowd has voted on this one as well. And best food and beverage goes to Hilton Head by the crowd, 58.42%.
It was close.
So that one was really, 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 really close. So, okay, then. So moving on to option number 3, the best resort and recreation activities. Sandy, what has Hilton Head got going or Vero got going for us?
Okay, so our family likes golfing. So Hilton Head's got the golfing going, which is awesome. It's also got a more shallow beach, which is nice. Vero tends to have like this little dip and gets really wavy. So, you know, there's that. On property, they both have tons and tons and tons of activities going. Most of them are quite similar. Like you have your traditional kind of Mickey tie-dye and that sort of thing. But Vero has the turtles. And can I just say, when you're there during the summer, when the turtles are hatching and they're making their way to the beach and you get to have talks with the Disney conservationists, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's turtles, right? Like, okay. I think that might end an argument right there. But Derek, what are you thinking, buddy?
I'm going with Sandy on this one, hands down. Vero Beach, in terms of just the recreation activities that they have, that whole pool area. To me, I think I've successfully played mini golf at Vero Beach 487 times throughout the span of my life, because it's the best. It's not the fanciest course, but you know, it's free and it's right there. And of course, you have the beach within walking distance, which is a fantastic beach. So then they have a whole park across the street that some people that go to Vero don't even know that they even have, that you can go there, and they've got, you know, cookout areas, and they've got, you know, volleyball and basketball courts and all that. So I am definitely going to go with what my knife says, which is Vero Beach is going to win.
Okay. All right, Sant. I mean, Catherine?
It's okay. No problem. So the one thing about Hilton Head that everybody has to keep in mind is that it is a biking town. So it's very convenient to just rent a bike and go all throughout the property. And really explore. That's one of the biggest things with the recreational activities on Hilton Head. In addition to that, there's also activities that you can book through the resort. One of the ones that I did was the dolphin tour through Safari. It's called Dolphin Safari. It's with dolphins with donuts. It's early in the morning and you see a lot of dolphins. They very clean. They also give basically an educational lesson. There are turtles there, just so you know, turtle nesting, but it's very, very small. It's not like your Vero, but I just want to
Yeah. We're talking,
I know,
on property stuff this time. Right. So,
okay.
So on property stuff, right?
So on property would be the biking and then the bocce and all the activities. Basically, lounging in the hammocks is one of the biggest things at Hilton Head as well.
Now, I have heard that the recreation staff there is pretty legit spectacular.
Oh, they're
like
The
heads
cast
and
members-
tails above most Walt Disney World resorts because they have to be on their A game because there is no theme park. Okay.
Right.
Yes, and I will say one thing about the cast members. They get to know your family like you have, like cast members I have never met before. I have become personal friends with them. They know my kids' names. They take them. They find all different types of activities that my kids like. If there's a painting activity that's not offered that day and they know that my daughter likes it, they'll take them aside and just do it with her. Amazing customer service over there.
Awesome. Roxanne, best recreation on site.
This is rough. So with 3 teenagers, we did the bocce ball as well. We did the hammocks, lounging around. We did a lot of watching of wildlife. We fished off the pier, went to the activity center, pool. We'll get to that later. The kids got a little bored, I will admit. After about 3 days, they wanted to do things around the island and not just stay in the property. But again, they're big ride people. They always want to go to the parks, not the beach resorts. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to give it to Vero on this one only because I think Vero has more on site with like the mini golf. It just seems like there's more there with it just seems like just looking at it, I think you can be entertained there with the walking paths and just the basketball. I'm going to give it to Vero. Yeah.
Got it. Susanna, what are you thinking?
Well, yeah, you guys know where my heart lies. So as a parent too, I have a 12 and 14-year-old. Of course, they started it a little younger going there, like 6 and 8. But yeah, I mean, the turtle thing was huge. We still talk about that. We still watch the videos on that. That's impressive. Like you really don't learn that elsewhere, especially not in Michigan. You don't get to see that, right? But they do have on the beach, you can do surfing lessons, you can rent wave runners and kayaks, things like that right there on property. And then the spa, like, I don't know, we haven't mentioned the spa yet, and I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but the spa is amazing. They have amazing services there. And that to me, for mom, that's important. So there are a lot of things I don't want to rehash.
Does Hilton Head have a spa?
No, it does not.
No
spa.
No spa.
Ooh.
However, there's several spas in the surrounding areas, just so you know. And
There
I've gone to them.
Yep.
Okay. So, my goodness, man, let's come back in and start to see some of the crowd comments and reactions here. So Rebecca just like nails it with this comment: turtles. Okay. Renee counters, hands down Hilton Head. And then Caleb is saying mini golf for families that's available over there at Vero. And Mary saying that they went fishing at the park. We have to agree with all of that, I do love Hilton Head too. And Renee says Hilton Head has its own boat dock. And
True.
Yes. Oh, Amy's calling a tie here that both resorts employ naturalists. So that's really, really cool as well. Because I was giving all of those points over to Vero. So, okay. And then Mary saying, not sure if this counts towards, but you can get some spa treatments at Vero's. That is an on-site recreation activity, if you ask me. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, okay, then. Starting to come in. And then Justin was saying, yep, we saw baby turtles last Saturday. It was incredible. And you know what, Justin? I think I'm with you on that one. It's the turtle factor alone that it's just so unique that I'm going to Team Vero. So that's where I'm at on that one. Let's come back in and see how the crowds are. Final count on this one. I will throw that up on the screen. And it is looking like 79% to 21% for Team Vero on best resort activities.
All right.
All right. So Gina, go ahead and take us over to the next one. And that would be the best off-property activities. Okay. So what's the surrounding community bring to make up for this lack of theme park? And that's just like, what are we thinking as DVC members, this lack of theme park? It's a resort, right? We're just so used to having these massive multi-billion-dollar theme parks sitting right outside our resorts that we kind of get used to that, right? Sandy, talk to me about some off-property stuff here.
So I'll be honest with you, we don't do anything off property when we're at Vero. We pretty much stay there. The one activity we have done, however, is hike up to the Kennedy Space Center, which was really cool. It's about just under an hour away, and we went for a rocket launch. Hilton Head, as I mentioned before, we like to golf, so we went over to the Palmetto Dunes and did some golfing there at our stay. And then there's the beach. I mean, the beach at Hilton Head is nice and wide. You can walk forever on it. They have these bikes that you can rent with these giant tires on them so that you can bike on the sand. So that's kind of fun. And then they have the regular stuff, that you would have at any vacation village, like putt-putt and a bunch of other things going on. But as far as like off property, don't do that much at Vero. I just kind of chill by the pool and relax at the beach. And that's my biggest decision of the day.
There you go. Man, like turtles and now Kennedy Space Center. Like, wow. Okay. Derek, talk to me.
So did you pick one, Sandy, or no?
Oh,
Come on. Show us that
this
fancy
is hard,
iPad.
actually.
Uh-oh.
You know what? I'm going to go. How did I get in there? I'm going to go with Team
Hilton
Hilton Head
Head
on this one for the golfing.
Good.
for the golfing. Okay. Well, if you're a golf family, from what I'm told, some of the best golfing in the world. Okay. You will find there at Hilton Head. So Derek, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm going Hilton Head too with Sandy. So I love Hilton Head. I love the fact that, to me, because Vero, the beach is right there, which is great. But I love the fact that at Hilton Head, the beach is a little bit kind of further away. So for folks that expect I'm going to go to Hilton Head and I'm going to walk out the resort and the beach is going to be right there, it's not. So you got to get in your car and you got to go. But the beach house that's there at Hilton Head is fantastic. Like Sandy said, the biking, and all of you guys said, the biking in Hilton Head is just fantastic, and so many different places to go and shopping that you can bike to. They literally have dedicated biking lanes pretty much throughout the whole entire town, which is fantastic. Beaches are wide to ride your bikes on them. So it's just a completely different feel. And I think if you throw in a dolphin tour on top of it, I think it was, donuts and dolphins, or for Chad, it'll be Dole Whips and dolphins. Whole tour there. Yeah, I am definitely going to go with Hilton Head for activities, hands down.
There's my Hilton Head.
Yeah, see?
There you go. Okay, here, right?
Let me wipe the dust off of it. Sorry.
So I'm very passionate about my Hilton Head. So I mentioned before we have the dolphin safari and obviously the biking, but some of the other unique things. If you're there during the summer months, the Shelter Cove Marina, which is walking distance, hosts a wonderful festival during the summer months. They have fireworks. There's all different bands. It's a little shopping area. There's crafts and vendors. It's just really nice for nighttime because the island kind of shuts down maybe about 6-7 o'clock on property. There's really not much to do. So it's really that time to explore. Some other things, just to keep note, I have a little girl and she's dolphin and mermaid obsessed. We found this place. It's called the Mermaid of Hilton Head. Not sure if you guys have heard of it. It is adorable. First of all, it's a real mermaid that they go on a dolphin tour and they find a mermaid in the water, and she talks to you and she gives you all these types of educational things about the wildlife, and it's just really amazing. The other part to it is that she can actually dress up and do a photo shoot as a mermaid. And I don't know of any other place around here, especially in New York, we don't do that. But I've never heard of that anywhere else. And my daughter has done it twice, and it's such a memorable experience. The other thing just to note around Hilton Head, it's about 45 minutes away, but you have Savannah, Georgia, which is amazing.
I was about ready to say, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. The reason we found it, believe it or not, is because my daughter is a Girl Scout, and the headquarters is actually in Savannah. So we went on the ghost tour. We've done a couple of tours at the the actual they're called like squares. So I live in Franklin Square, and there's a square called Franklin Square. So I had to visit it in Georgia, and it was just a really it was an interesting and memorable experience. So we always want to try to hit Georgia as well because you're so close.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense to me. Roxanne, what are you thinking?
All right. So we drove from Connecticut down to Hilton Head, 16 hours. And because we had a car, we were able to kind of like what I call tool around the island, kind of like when we went to Alani, and we did that island like several loops throughout the week. And we walked over to Shelter Cove and rented a pontoon boat. And you can rent these suckers for like 3 hours, 6 hours, whole day, a week, and they are awesome. And you can do speedboats or pontoon boats. And when you're in that little cove and you're in the wake, you can't go fast. The dolphins are coming right up to your boat, and they're swimming right with you all the way. And you're like getting videos of dolphins. We let all of our teenagers drive the boats. That was like the best thing. And they're like trying to go fast. And I'm like, it's kind of crazy. But that was like one of the highlights, the boat rentals. And again, you can walk right over to Shelter Cove. When you're tooling around the island, there's lighthouse tours. There's all kinds of different areas of the island that you can check out. And, if you're into golf, there's all kinds of golf. There's all kinds of Westin's, Marriott's, and all kinds of hotels you can go in and eat. I mean, there's so many things to do around the island, the golf, the mini golf, the biking. We did all of that as well. And we did a day trip to Savannah and Charleston as well. So you've got those two options not too far away. Again, you're not going to be bored for a week. In Hilton Head, you will find so much to do. So I would definitely put that as my vote on this one.
Team Hilton Head. Okay. All right, Susanna, what do you got for us?
Okay, so in defense of my Vero, I will say, wait, there's more. So people have done day trips to the parks from Vero. Can't do that in Hilton, right? So that is one thing. We usually split stay. We get our apartments out of the way, and then we'll go stay up Vero for a few days because it is about chill for us. There's shopping, all that stuff. It's 15 minutes away, just like everything else. There are some places you can charter. You can go out and charter and watch manatees and dolphins and things like that. But again, there's not much. So I'm going to be honest. This is intriguing me to go. So I'm going to give it to Hilton Head because there's really not a ton to do around
Off
Vero.
property. Okay.
And off property, and that's not why I go to Vero. I go to chill. So I don't want to go off property. A lot like Sandy. I don't leave. Everything's there. So I give it to Hilton Head though.
Got it. And Gina is saying Savannah's only 45 minutes, easy day trip.
Really
and
quaint.
Mary's saying off property has to go to Hilton Head. Savannah's a great day trip. Charleston as well.
Yep.
We heard about that. More votes for the turtles, right? And yeah, I think that's what I've got for the comments here about off-property stuff. So, man, as much as I love Cape Canaveral, okay, and I love Kennedy Space Center, like love it, okay, I can't get enough of it. I think there's a whole bunch of culture and stories and other things that I have to open up my mind to, and so I am going Team Hilton Head on this one. So let me come back in and cast my vote here. And okay, so best up, I did that, and now we're looking at this from the perspective of how we're doing here, and it looks like 79% has went to Team Hilton Head on best off-property activities. Okay, then. So Gina, go ahead and advance us on to the next question. And this one is, who's got the best beach? Who's got the best ocean front? Yeah, there's a little bit of a 1.5 mile gap, okay, from the resort to the beach. But I did hear tonight, it's a biking town and biking community. And you know what? That took a lot of the edge off of that for me. Okay, because if I know the whole island's all about bikes, 1.5 miles is not far to go on a bicycle. It's really not. Okay, even though you got to cross a road that's pretty dangerous. Okay, pretty active. Sandy, let's kick this one off.
So I like them both equally. I'm allowed to split my vote because I like how wide the beach is at Hilton Head. It's wide, it's vast, but it's crowded. Whereas at Vero, if you really want to feel like you're isolated and you're back in like, I don't know, the turn of the century with like the beautiful beach umbrellas and no one for miles and you can walk without crossing anybody other than turtle nests forever, then I'd have to go with Vero. So it depends on your family, I think. Older kids will like the waves more at Vero, I feel, whereas little kids will like the shallowness of Hilton Head. So it really is a decision based on your current family status. So in our case, our kids like the waves. Where am I? There we are. So I'm going to go with Team Vero Beach.
Team Vero. Derek, where are you thinking here?
That's
just
it.
holding up a Team Vero sign.
That's it.
Right?
Enough said. Drop the mic. It's Vero Beach. The beach is right there. It's a fantastic beach. And yes, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, a mile and a half, but after a day at the beach, the last thing you want to do is get back on your bike and bike a mile and a half back to your room. When you're at Vero Beach, you're just walking right back to your room. So hands down, Vero Beach. Hilton Head is amazing. I love the beach, but no, in terms of this is why you go to Vero. Slam dunk winner.
Okay. Kathy, are you just going to take that?
Well, guys, first of all, I want you to know that there's a car, right? We drive down, so we don't bike and we don't walk. We take the car over and we park and then we walk straight down to the beach. But
how early do you have to get there, Kathy, for that parking spot?
All right. I'm going to give that to you. Let's be honest here. You need to be there basically within the first hour because the parking lot, unfortunately, is very small. Most people will rent the bikes and kind of take it over. But like you said, at the end of the day, that can be a little bit much. What we normally do is we take the car. We're the first ones. You make a plan for the beach and then, head back and do other activities at the end. For that, I love my Hilton Head, and I've actually never been to Vero, but for the simple fact that the beach is not on there, and that was the first thing I learned, I'm actually going to be fair, and I'm going to give it to Vero Beach.
I can't believe you actually printed up a Vero Beach sign. Wow.
That took a lot.
Guys, I'm going to Vero Beach next year. I'm actually going. So
good for you. Good for you.
All right. Roxanne, what are you thinking here?
Yeah.
Best oceanfront.
Well, I mean, I was impressed with Hilton Head, but it is packed down. You can go running on the beach in the morning and people walk their dogs. It's really, really pretty. But my kids we were at the beach at Hilton Head and they had to take the shuttle back to the room. And because we weren't ready to leave and the team, 2 of the 3 kids wanted to go. So the boys left and it was just kind of a hassle. It's kind of like, it would be so much easier to walk. And they're waiting for the shuttle and, it just wasn't and then we had to drive back and load up everything and, sand and I'd much rather, obviously walk back to my room with all sandy, especially my own car. So yeah, I'm going to give it to Vero because it's convenience factor. And, Florida beaches, it's like bathwater. Come on, guys. It's so warm. I mean, Hilton Head was warm too, but Florida beaches are really nice.
Yeah. How's the water temp in summer? Then?
Oh, it was like bathwater in Hilton as well. It was really warm. Yeah.
It's the warmest water I've ever experienced anywhere. And I'm talking between New York and all the way down to the Bahamas. That water is unbelievable.
Nice. Yeah. There was some jellyfish though at Hilton Head. I had a few stings and I was not real thrilled about that. And I was kind of feeling like a little itchy and I was getting nervous, but I got over it. But I wasn't expecting the jellyfish.
Always bring vinegar in a water bottle and then mix it with the salt water if you have a situation. Just have it in your bag.
Okay.
We were actually told to rub wet sand on it by the lifeguards.
Oh my God.
Got it. Susanna, what are you thinking here? Best oceanfront.
Something about being in your PJs on your balcony, sipping up a cup of coffee, watching the sunrise, listening to the ocean waves. For me, that does it. And I can have my family half over at the beach, half at the pool, and we're 2 minutes away from each other. I love that. And like Sandy said earlier, hardest decision of the day, pool or beach, and you literally turn left or right and you are right there. So you just can't beat it.
Got it. And Rebecca chimes back in again with Turtles Part 2.
Don't forget.
That is part of the oceanfront, Rebecca. I'll give you that one as well. And
there are more turtle nests than people on that beach, I gotta say.
Awesome. So Dan makes a comment here. He says, Vero has the edge for oceanfront. It's quiet and it's a couple of minute walk from the villa. We could see it from our room. Yeah. And the only thing that struck me as odd, and now I get it, it was that huge hedge that they put in at Vero Beach between the resort and the ocean. But then after I saw a YouTuber comment that was all about blocking the light from the turtles so that they don't get confused and think our light is the moon and start to come towards us, and they can get into the ocean where it's safe for them. So
it's also to retain the land, right? To retain the beachfront.
yeah.
Nice.
So, okay. So that kind of made sense to me. I don't know why you need it that high to do it, but blocking the light made sense. I want to go Hilton Head. I really, 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 really want to go Hilton Head here, but unfortunately, I'm going to just have to give the beach over to Team Vero just because I want that beach cottage and be sitting on my balcony upstairs, just looking down over at the beach. That is the goal. That is the dream. And once that happens, we'll talk about Hilton Head. Okay. And Rebecca brings up this comment as well. The only thing about Vero was the bugs.
No
You are
CMs.
alive.
No CMs.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, we didn't factor that into it. So, okay then. So
Which resort has the worst bugs? Hilton Head or Vero Beach?
Vero.
okay. And we're going to be wrapping up boats here, although I don't think there's enough people watching to come back in and sway us from this 93% of the audience going to Team Vero. So interesting stats on that one. And let's come back in, Gina, and go over to the next round. Number 6, best pools and water features. Okay, Sandy, I'm leaning on you. I'm a slide guy here.
I'm Team Vero for that slide. And I got to tell you, the pool area is fantastic at Vero. Hilton Head is split between 2 kind of pavilions. You've got the main one and you've got the one at the beach. But Vero has the giant lighthouse slide. It's got the play area, the splash pad area for the kids. That's like themed after Peter Pan with the tiger lily. And then it's got like all of the mini putt in the contained fenced area along with the playground. And, it's all together and you don't have to worry about your kids. You can stay on your lounge chair while you watch them go. So for me, it's definitely Team Vero Beach. Where is that? There we go.
Got it. So, okay then. Derek, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm going Vero. I'm going Vero again for all the same reasons that Sandy said. It's got an amazing slide. For people with little kids, my kids, they're now older. They literally spent hours and hours in that splash pad play area with the slide that you just come down, the Tiger Lily slide. They just love it. Everything is compact. Everything is all right there. So yeah, hands down, Hilton Head is amazing. And I love the beach house. It's so pretty and the pool is so beautiful, but you got to go with the Vero pool. It's right behind you, Chad, right there. That's your water slide.
Yeah, right. I mean,
water slide races and stuff. I mean, it's so fantastic. It's just such a
I think Sandy's son had me on this one back in his interview when he was telling me about water slide races.
Oh yeah,
at Vero. Okay,
big deal.
I did an interview with Sandy's son, quite adorable. I guess my wife did. Okay, I was kind of in the background listening, but he kind of won me over to the water slide races at Vero. So, anyways, Kathy, I'm counting on you here. Bring me up.
Okay, first of all, Derek and Sandy, I don't know. Have you guys gone on that Big Dipper slide?
Big Dipper?
That slide has taken me out. I mean, I completely, that slide is fast. If you want a fast slide, you want that one. I'm definitely going to go with Team Hilton Head. First of all, it's because it being enclosed. Just like you said before, like being on the lounge, I can just sit and know that my kids are safe and they can just go up and around and around. So they might not have slide races, but they have slide competitions as to how many times one child can go down that slide. So that's what
so your kids are creating their own little race.
Oh yes, and the other kids that are there do it as well. So I think the number was like 65 times or something in a day. So
65 times.
Yes, that's all the kids do. They go up and down, up and down, up and down. So I love it. And the other pool, it's a little bit smaller than the one at the Big Dipper, but you have that scenic view of the beach right behind, and it's very convenient when you just want to start at the beach and then go to the pool and then go back and forth. And there's not that many people at the beach house pool. I mean, maybe there's like 6 or 7 people total. So if you want more of a secluded feel, you want to go to the beach house pool.
And I think it's the only one with a volleyball net that I've been to, at least as far as the Disney resorts.
Beach Club has one.
Oh,
yeah,
there
and
you go.
yeah. So obviously, here we go. Hilton Head.
Team Hilton Head. Okay.
Oh boy. Oh.
Roxanne, how you going
Oh,
here?
it's-
What are you thinking? What are your reasons?
All right. So fresh in our mind, my kids thought so at Hilton Head, they thought that the beach pool was really boring. There was no music, and they were like, there's no activities there. There's nothing to do. It's just a bunch of old people laying around. This is boring. And I'm like, what? They're like, we're going back to, the other pool, which is where the activities are with the slide and everything. And that was fun. They had music. They had a lot of trivia. They had staff interacting, and it was just a party atmosphere. And they were like, where's the party? This other pool is boring. And I think that was kind of like the disconnect I felt a little bit, was like, when you have a family of 5, like, okay, 2 of us were at one pool, 3 were at the other, and half the time I didn't know where people were, and then we're texting each other. And it's kind of like, I think for that reason, it was a little disjointed. I mean, it's nice, but they got bored with it quick. So, I mean, I think I'm going to give it to Vero for that reason, because I feel like it's more, I'm there for the party. Like, I'm there to have fun, like entertain me. I want to be self-enclosed, ready to roll and just hang out all day.
Okay, then. Right. So, Susanna, what are you thinking here? Best pools and water features.
I'm gonna wear mom nap for a second. And we started going there when my kids were 6 and 8, and having everything enclosed in one area. I mean, literally the fences are there. You have to use your band to open the gate. That's huge, right? And my son, probably a close second in the mini golf tournaments. Like, he's, with you, Derek, he's played me constantly nonstop, and I don't have to worry about him. Like, I can look over, he's good, and I'm chilling, right? And he's a 2-time water slide race winner, so you can't beat that. And he's not outgrown it, and he's in 12 now. So for those reasons, and the staff, the cast members are great around the pool. They have just as much fun with the adults as they do the kids, so that's really fun too. So for that, I'm gonna obviously have to go with Vero.
Got it. So best pools here. Let me pick up some of the crowd comments as well. And Justin asks, are turtles a water feature? Rebecca says 100%, Justin, 100%. Do I even need to say it again? Turtles. Okay. Water slide races at Vero. I want to go Hilton Head. I want to do it, but somehow I keep coming back to Team Vero, because the slide, the water races, the everything is there, right? The little playground area for kids, the splash pad. It's just so nice and contained.
Pool parties.
Mm-hmm.
Parties.
There's pool parties at Hilton Head too.
She's like, hey, we got parties too at Hilton Head.
They did.
We don't have those stupid turtles, but we got parties.
We have campfires and parties too.
Right.
Ooh, the campfires.
Yeah.
Campfires.
Yeah, let's come back in and check in on how the crowd voted here. And it is leaning 73% to 27% over to Team Vero. So, wow. Okay, that one's not even close. Let's come back into our next one, which is our miscellaneous catch-all, unique features of the resort. Okay, anything that we didn't catch anyplace else. If you guys watching want to comment on something, we'd love to read your comments here. If we haven't touched it somehow, bring it up. Sandy, what do you got for us here?
The tunnel. Can I
Okay.
just go over that tunnel? How awesome is that tunnel? So for those of you that don't know, the property is divided in half, and they've actually built a tunnel under the A1A to get you from one side of property to the other side of property. And this tunnel, when you walk into it, is piping in the If You Fly music from Peter Pan. And they've got it painted up with iridescent paint that's actually Tinkerbell's trail carrying you through that tunnel as you pass Wendy and Michael and John and Peter all flying across to the other side. So that's a pretty unique feature there. The walking trails are fun. You can go in and check out different types of butterflies and nature and stuff like that. And they've got the fountain along with like the tennis courts and all that other stuff. Unique features, unbirthday party. Do they do those at Hilton Head? I don't know. I didn't catch them on the itinerary. So twice a week, you can ship off your kids for like an hour in the middle of the day, and they go to an unbirthday party, and then they have a kids club. Who doesn't love a kids club as a parent?
Okay, an unbirthday party.
Birthday.
Like
Twice a week.
twice a week. Okay. Derek, what are you thinking here on any other unique features?
Oh,
I think we might
Derek's
have locked
frozen.
up on Derek there, so we'll jump down.
Oh.
You back with us?
Okay.
There we are. Yeah. Everybody
Okay.
went away. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Hilton Head for this one, just because it's got something. Vero is very, very magical too. Don't get me wrong. But I think the last few stays that we've had at Hilton Head, just the fact that they have, is it Blue? What's his name?
Mhm.
Blue. Yeah.
Blue crab.
Blue Crab, where they do stories right there and stories about the island. It's just such a cozy feel. It's just, obviously it's maybe smaller, but there's something magical about Hilton Head and its cast members that are there that you truly do feel like your family. So whether you're there for one night or 7 nights, you feel like, oh my God, these people really know who I am, and they know my kids and they know their names. So it's kind of just indescribable, but I'm going to go with Hilton Head for this one. So I got to bring my Hilton Head back up.
Okay.
Just to jump on Derek's post comments there, absolutely, it's Blue Crab, and what he is basically a storyteller. So something similar that you might know, like from Auntie and Uncle over in Alani. This is their character. So we don't have characters in terms of Mickey and Minnie. There's Pluto that comes occasionally, but the main character there is Blue Crab and Shadow.
Yeah.
So Blue Crab will will do magic tricks with the kids. He'll do stories of the Deep South. He'll tell tall tales. He'll take you around the resort. He really gets to know your kids. If when he's doing a musical session, all the kids sign his case and become part of like the magic and the understanding. It's just a really unique experience there. And then you have Shadow. Shadow is the resort dog. And the reason why is that when the resort was actually being built, there was a dog there was something going through the shadows of the resort, and they couldn't figure out what it was. And it was actually a dog, and they adopted and kept the dog. And the dog has now become a staple of Hilton Head, and you can have meet and greets and pictures with the dog. So because of those two things, it's very unique, and it's a very special experience for the kids.
Yeah.
So definitely Team Hilton Head.
Okay, then. With authority, right? Roxanne, what are you thinking?
All right. I was very impressed with Hilton Head as well. One thing, when you drive up and you see that doghouse for Shadow, my kids love that. They got out and were taking selfies and stuff. So I thought that was awesome. So I do agree with that. And the other thing is the porches on those. I don't know about the 2-bedroom, but the porches, I guess the 2-bedroom probably too. Those porches with the rocking chairs. Are those like the most ginormous porches? I mean, it's like you could put 15, 20, and they have a round table. You can eat out there.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was so relaxed there. I cannot even tell you. If you want to just totally decompress, I think one of the unique features is that porch. Like that porch is so pretty. And there's all these like birds and wildlife and stuff. And there's people playing bocce ball. And there's just people riding bikes. And it's just those porches are like, we sat out there and had a coffee in the morning, had dinner one night. We had our wine after dinner. I mean, it was like the best part of the unwind. So I am going to give it to Hilton Head because I felt like truly you can totally like decompress from life there. And that was so unique.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So Susanna, what are you thinking?
Well, I haven't been to Hilton Head, obviously, although I did give them one book. But two things that really stand out to me about Vero, and one is that when my kids were younger, they do have a feature where you can pay for 3 hours at the community hall, and they'll take your kids, feed them dinner, and occupy them, and they'll do the bonfire and the singing and s'mores and all that. And, hubby and I headed north, we head south and went down to Kill the Mermaid and had a great time and got to explore with our kids in tow. So that was huge to us. Now they're getting older, maybe not so much, but the second and probably more important feature to me is just, I love the quaint old Florida feel that the Vero gives you. When you walk in the lobby, they all have their smells, right? That smell just permeates with us in our house. We get the Magic Candle Company, and we have our melts going, it just takes us to a happy place. And the cast members there too, I'm sure, like, it's a Disney thing, right? But they remember us from year to year to year, and that's a big deal to me. And we watch them, grow up, some of the kids by the pool, and now they're adults, and they're still remembering our kids. And we just, when you say welcome home, it really feels like home to us. And so for that reason, we love Vero. We go to chill. We get the parks out of the way. We get all that fun, our nightlife fun. Most of the time it's there. And then we go there. We truly go to just chill and enjoy our family time, enjoy our friends that we're with, and just decompress. And that is all that Vero is all about. It's just got that old Florida, so I don't want to say Southern charm, but it's got its own Florida charm.
Okay.
So for that reason, where my vote is.
Got it. So coming back in at some of the comments here as well. And well, Tony is saying turtles are pretty unique. Okay. I think turtles is the Vero answer to everything. Okay. Amy says, hey, they're not the only one with an animal here. Hilton Head Island has Shadow.
Vero has a dog too.
So
what's his name?
I was going to say, never heard of that dog.
Captain, what was it? Is it Captain?
Really?
Yeah, he helps out with the turtle sniffing. They have a turtle sniffing dog. You can meet him in the lobby.
Yeah, but that's
right.
that's like
He's not
a
Shadow.
Yeah.
it's like a working
no
dog.
Shadow.
Okay,
Can
we play Shadow?
sniff out turtles? Probably
Yeah.
not.
right. So Hilton Head has Shadow, the only live mascot, not a working dog, one weekend pet. Okay.
Crime sniffing dog.
Another vote for Shadow. Another vote for Shadow. Rebecca says movie on the lawn outside of the green cabin room at Vero. And then Mary was saying that her husband and her husband got engaged on Hilton Head Island.
Aww.
So it'll always win this category for me. That is an awesome memory there. And I could see why that would be with you. I'm giving this one to Team Hilton Head because I think there's so much unique stuff that's going on around the island and off property there.
Yeah.
Okay. That I really, and the cast, everybody talks about the legendary cast. Now you hear quite a few compliments at Vero, quite a few, but it's like everybody talks about the awesome cast over at Hilton Head Island.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I had to go for Hilton Head Island there. Let's come in and take a quick peek on how the crowd voted on this one.
Oh,
and it's almost a dead tie, right? 45-55 with Hilton Head barely eking one out. So, wow, we had a really close one there. So, Derek, let's just do a recap real quick for if somebody wanted to buy either one of these two properties. So, I did a quick peek on your screen. It looks like you got about 16 to 19 properties for each of them listed right now.
yeah.
And I'm going to pull this up on a screen here. This is last month's Rofer report. And just looking at this, it looks like Hilton Head was averaging about $73 a point.
Yep.
Vero Beach slightly underneath that at $67 a point. And I think the thing about owning there is, and what probably keeps most people out of it, is the dues.
The dues.
Okay.
For sure.
We're looking at just over $9 for Hilton Head and just over $10 for Vero Beach. So that being said and done, that's a little bit of a steep call there, right?
Yeah, and that's why everybody adds on points, say for different reasons. For those folks that are out there that love Hilton Head and maybe have gotten in at that 7-month mark, I'll be honest with you, it's not easy to get into Hilton Head. If you want to go in the summertime, that is exactly why folks come to us and say, listen, I was thinking about picking up some small amount of Hilton Head points. I was looking at maybe 50, maybe 100, because I want to be able to book that 11-month window out. And the same thing for those beach cottages at Vero Beach. That's why people add on points there. And again, it's always the people don't normally just come in without being an owner, and just saying, I'm here to buy X amount of points at Hilton Head or Vero Beach. It's always the folks that have been there. Right. So that's what the joy of what we're all talking about here tonight are two incredible resorts for so many different reasons. And that's why those folks that have gotten into those resorts at that 7-month marker, I've had so many folks, and me included, and I'm sure everybody here, you can't imagine your life not going to these resorts. Like these truly are, the Disney World resorts are great, don't get me wrong, but I think for me, Vero and Hilton Head are just in a whole other world to themselves. And so that's why those members want to add on points. That's why they come here, because they want to be able to have that 11-month home resort priority. Because once you go to either one of these resorts, you will never just go there one time. You will go back, and you'll go back, and you'll go back, and then you'll call me and say, can you get me 100 points at Hilton Head or 100 points at Vero Beach? And I'll say yes.
Yep. Because that is exactly what happened to Sandy. That is your story, right?
That's my
Kathy,
story.
that is your story. Susanna, you and I have had that story, and the add-on-itis is real in your house. So you're about ready to call them up and start
It's
looking
alive
for some.
and well, yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And so,
If this sign doesn't make you want to add on points, Susanna, I don't know.
Nothing will.
I guess I'll.
Nothing will.
Derek, my husband, is watching.
Come on, honey. It's only 100 points.
Yeah, you're totally right.
The dues are worth it. The dues are worth it.
yeah. I mean, if you really, truly love the resort,
Oh,
it's one of those deals that it's like the emotional ties to the resort and getting that 11-month window there. I completely get it. Okay.
people see value, honestly, in different ways. So I have people all the time say, I don't know why these people buy these resorts that expire in 2042. I want to buy something that expires, in 2066 or 2068. And I say, because people see value in different ways. So the people that buy the Hilton Head, that buy the Vero, they don't care about the dues. They want to be able to get in the Hilton Head in the summertime. They don't want to sit and roll the dice and pray and at that 7-month mark and then be disappointed that they don't get it. So people see value in different ways.
Yeah. Very well said. Very well said. And if it resonates with you, dvcresalemarket.com and Derek at dvcresalemarket.com for a email address. That one I have memorized. Derek, I don't have the phone number memorized. I'm sorry.
I don't
You want to
either.
go ahead and okay. If you want to throw it out there, that'd be great.
Yeah. You guys can always reach out to us with any questions you guys have at any time. Just 1-844-382-7767. Or again, you can jump on our live chat feature, or again, send me an email. Fire me off. Huh?
We're trying to point.
Right
My
above.
logo there, yeah.
You got
Or
the
send me
logo.
an email. Send me an email at Derek, DEREK, at dvcresalemarket.com, and happy to answer all your questions.
Awesome. So now let's come back in. I've already advanced the questions to best overall Atlantic beach resort. Okay. And we threw that word Atlantic in there strategically for a reason, because I didn't think any of this was a fair fight to Hawaii. Okay.
Thank God.
Original Dole Plantation, Dole Whips. Yeah. Here, like turtles here, like it just wouldn't have been a fair fight. Okay.
Does Alani have a turtle sniffing dog? Probably not.
They got a ukulele. Uncle that plays ukulele.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. Well, we will do an Alani show in a couple of weeks. We'll come back in and redo those as a live. I don't know what we'll compare it against, but we will figure something out on Alani coming up soon. That being said and done, let's come back in and give everybody the opportunity to vote. Have you guys voted on screen best overall resort? If you have, we'll take it that the audience has as well, because they've had a few minutes to do that. So let me come back into this and throw up the results here.
Are we voting?
Yes, we're voting. So, Sandy, go ahead.
I'm going Vero.
Derek,
Vero Beach.
Vero. Kathy is Hilton Head. Roxanne,
I am going to give it to Vero on this one.
you're going to give it to Vero on this one as
Yeah.
well.
As much as I liked Hilton Head this summer.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Team Vero by a nudge, but I could go to Hilton Head and get persuaded. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So,
We'll talk more.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We loved Hilton Head. I would
Yeah.
go back there in a heartbeat. So,
Me
you know.
too. Yeah.
But, and coming back in and looking at the crowd results here, come back in, and it is 64% to 36 for Team Vero. Okay. Tight race, everybody. But this was a lot of fun. And thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Kathy, Roxanne, and Susanna for coming back in. I am going to roll the Patreon video and do a final shout out to our sponsors, DVC Resale Market, DVC Rental Store, and Monera Financial. And thanks everybody for tuning in. We will be back next week and look forward to seeing you all here. Have a great night, everybody.
See you, everybody.